Hey everybody, welcome back to coverage of GP Anaheim, round number 10. My name is Marshall Sutcliffe. I'm in the booth with Nate Price.
Yo.
And we are going to be bringing you a pretty spicy match here between a deck we haven't seen this weekend, Mono Red.
And another deck we haven't seen this weekend.
Versus another one we haven't seen this weekend.
Basically Mono Black Control.
Mono Black Control splashing for Sorin, it seems to be.
There you see Ryan Bogner on the left-hand side of your screen. He is the Mono Black splashing for Sorin control player that we're seeing. His opponent this round is Noel Cerda, right there. He is playing the Mono Red deck.
That's what a red player looks like. Look at him. He's just like, I'm going to be casting one drops, buddy.
I don't know. I mean, I always picture Pat Sullivan.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
But it's nice. Like, we're looking for an opportunity all weekend. Like, we've been showing a lot of the Jund deck, a lot of the Spirits decks that, like, the two big players that have been here this weekend. This is the first opportunity we've had to really just get a couple of awesome decks. These guys are both X and 1 right now. And they're making it into day 2 with very strong records with their decks. And it's great to see two decks that are contrary to the mainstream right now doing well.
I like it. And we see a swamp let off for Ryan. We're going to see a lot of swamps from him.
Looks like a Barter and Blood and a couple of Sever the Bloodlines in his hand.
We notice, so Noel's got 7 1-drops and he doesn't have one in his hand.
Interesting.
So we're going to see what his game plan ends up being here. Okay, we see one of my favorite cards, a Galvanic Juggernaut, comes off the top of his deck for him, which is kind of sweet. I see a Handwear Lancer. He has one of those in his deck, and it happens to be in his hand. That's the 3-drop that can Soul Bond to give first strike, and it's a 2/2. I can see that. Oh, actually, he has more than. Does he have? So he's got 4, 8, 11 1-drop creatures. Noel does, and he didn't keep a hand that had one in it. So this could be. This could be a sticky situation for him. If his first play is a turn 3 2/2, he's going to be in some trouble, I think, because Ryan's deck has a lot of removal in it.
Yeah, I mean, when your deck is as aggressive as Noel's is and possesses as many cheap, efficient creatures as this does, you can aggressive or like mulligan with this deck.
And we saw that yesterday with Paul Rietzel.
Yeah, how many cards do you need to beat your opponent?
4 in his case.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3.
Yeah.
So we see a Demonic Taskmaster come down for Ryan Bogner, and this is the first time we've seen this weekend as well. It's a 4/3 flying, and for only 3 mana, you have to sacrifice another creature during your upkeep, but he isn't planning on having one. I think we're going to get Brimstone Volleyed here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Noel Cerda is on the defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
we see a good card on Ryan's side. Okay, here's a Stone Ride on turn 4, which isn't exactly ideal, but he'll take it. It's unpaired, of course, and it's going to get Tragic Slipped immediately. One card we see on Ryan's side of the board is Vault of the Archangel. Now, if he can get that thing going, Noel's going to have a tough time, because even one hit with a few creatures, or even just like a 4-power creature, is going to be good. And we're going to see our Galvanic Juggernaut come down. I love this. Do you think he's going to read it?
No, he's just going to make it a victim of night.
No, he victimized it? Okay.
Oh, here comes the Lord of Innistrad.
Oh, man.
And the creature manufacturing engine is online.
Not only that, but they're lifelink creatures, which is something that Noel's deck definitely doesn't want to see.
Yeah, I mean,
this is not a good position for Noel. He needs. I mean, Ryan is sitting comfortably at 20 life with a full Sorin on his side, and already has a token and everything.
Do you attribute a lot of the way this game has gone to the lack of a 1 or 2 drop?
Absolutely, he just needed to keep that pressure up. So we're going to see if he's going to be able to find his way out of this situation. Looks like he's just going to Pillar of Flame Sorin, which doesn't even kill him. 2 for 1 city. I mean, if I'm Ryan Bogner, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, you just took 2 key cards out of his hand. You still got a 1/1 lifelinker left over.
It's one of those ironic situations where, like, I'm pretty sure that after that exchange, both players were pretty happy.
Yeah, because he was. So there's 3 Bloodline Keepers, one of my favorite cards in Ryan's deck, and he's got one of them in his hand. I wonder if we're just going to see that come down right here. Thing can just create an army really quickly.
It is above the threshold, too.
What threshold?
2 power, 2 toughness.
Ah, truth. All right, so it looks like Ryan's content to play the control route here. He's going to deadweight the Handwear Lancer, and he's just going to get in for 1, and I think he's just going to pass the turn. He doesn't feel any pressure to start committing to the board. He just wants to make sure that he's under no pressure himself.
Yeah, Noel's only got 2 cards in his hand after the draw.
Noel says go. It is definitely time for Ryan to put the afterburners on and start just committing stuff to the board and working on killing his opponent, I think.
Yeah, press your advantage.
I mean, he's at 22. Like, there aren't cards in this format that can turn the game around that quickly, right?
No.
I mean, there's a few, there's bonfires and such, but that isn't really it. All right, so we see Bloodline Keeper get instantly brimstone, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
And Noel just has to say go. I guess we're just going to ride this little lifelink vampire to the finish here. No, I'm sure Ryan has more stuff in his hand that he can do.
Yeah. Noel's got a problem ahead of him, too, because really, like, other than the Archwing Dragon and maybe counting Hellrider, he doesn't really have a whole lot that's going to be capable of starting to swing things back in his favor in his deck. His deck is more of a critical mass, build up and rush you down deck.
Yes, it is. Yeah, this is not a great... And we've got now the Angel's Tomb coming down, but he's at the mercy of the top of his deck to even get it activated.
Yeah.
And it also forces him to play creatures whether he'd like to or not. Now, it looks like he has a stone right here. And he's going to go ahead and pair it up, which he actually can't do. This is actually not legal the way he's doing this. Okay, it looks like he was told not, because otherwise he would have pumped it. But when Stone Right enters the battlefield, there's a trigger that goes on, and it checks to see if there's any unpaired creatures on the battlefield. Or there's a game action that happens, and there was no unpaired creatures on the battlefield because there's still a trigger on the stack to turn that into a creature. When the trigger resolves, you're allowed to choose which creature you want to pair with. But since there is no creature, there is no trigger, and you can't pair it. Now, interestingly, if he had another creature on the battlefield, then he could have paired it.
How do you feel about Vexing Devil?
It's not my favorite card. Why? Is it coming down?
No.
I didn't see it in the list. Do you just think it should be in here?
No, I'm just curious as to whether or not you think it's got a home in this deck.
Well, I mean, I'm going to trust Noel here and say it doesn't. It's a card that would be one of the first ones I think you'd test out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, 4 damage is a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys want results veggie or not?
All right, and we see a Blood Gift Demon come down for Ryan now. This is like my dream here. It's like the limited all-stars here.
Yeah. I mean, it's block constructed. That's kind of what you get, right?
Yeah, which is why I like block constructed.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Noel, that's going to end the game really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Blood Gift Demon is that it's going to target him on his upkeep. He's going to lose a life and draw a card. It looks like he forgot the trigger. Yeah, so we forgot a trigger here. I think this is one of those triggers that you have to do anyway because there's a loss of life, or a non-lapsing, or however it works. So he did decide to target himself. But really what's going on here is that a Blood Gift Demon is like 5 power in the air.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. So
I mean, the game is firmly in Ryan's hand at this point.
Yep, and we're even going to activate our... I think he's activating his Vault of the Archangel as well, just to... Probably because he doesn't have anything else to do with his mana.
Right.
And this should be the end of the game. I have no idea what just... Oh, he just miracled a Thunderous Wrath. We can't see it, but that's the only thing that could be. He paid one red mana to kill the Blood Gift Demon. That's the only card that could do it. And we have a Victim of Night. I guess I would Victim of Night there. He Victim of Nighted the...
Sever.
Or was it Sever?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, he severed it. Even then...
Yeah, I mean, it just kills it. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, it was just a Reckless Wave, though.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, there's no point to do anything other than that. Just...
Sure. Yeah, he's top decking anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, he can flash it back.
Yeah. And he might need the turns, actually, at some point. Like, I mean, he really only does have that one lifelinker.
Noel is flooding really hard here, and it looks like he kind of is considering just conceding. I thought he might just show Ryan his hand there and just say, let's go to the game 2, but it looks like he's going to hang in there.
He's only running 24 lands, so...
Yeah. It's just his top decks here. I think he just ripped another Reckless Wave, and they're just so mediocre at this point, you know?
That's the downside. Like, when your deck is built the way that it is right now, with heavy early game, late game, your spells are just so non-impactful.
Yeah. I mean, he just played a 1/1 for 1. Like.
Yeah. Ryan's just like, well,
He's
good for
like,
you.
it looks like we're gonna sever here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He got a lot of advantage there. Made his opponent pay 7 mana.
Yeah, but he got rid of his 1. Just because right now Ryan's deck looks a little bit threat light.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, when your opponent's at 4, it doesn't matter how threat light you are. And you're at 26. He's got plenty of time.
Indeed.
Oh,
And we see Liliana of the Veil come down as well. He can get a glimpse of what Noel has been holding on to the whole time. We know that he's flooding a bit here, but
Yeah.
I think he tapped 3. Did he tap something off screen there? I can't really see.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So we do see Liliana come down, and it's going to discard, make both players discard, and they
Mountain and
both
Swamp.
pitch a land. Yep. And he just says go. You know, one interesting interaction I am seeing here is that if there was a okay, we see a Barter and Blood go away and another mountain.
He's had that since his opening draw.
If Noel did have an Arcwing Dragon here, he could make that Angel's Tomb into a creature every turn,
Yeah.
hitting for 7.
Yeah. That was.
It's pretty impressive. Another land for Noel here.
Yeah, this game is in the bag, it appears.
I see a tribute in Ryan's hand. You know, so he's got backup plans for his backup plans, it looks like.
Yeah.
There's another one too, so
Yeah.
now he just has 2.
Tribute is an instant, right?
It is.
So the ability to
Yeah,
make them
another-
sacrifice a creature with the
Yes.
ability on the stack.
Yes, that's very good. All right, so we're going to see a Brimstone Volley come down and take out this 1 threat that's been done. Unfortunately, Liliana is now at 6, so she's at ultimate range.
Yeah.
He can basically do half of an Armageddon on Noel, which
Doesn't really hurt him that much, actually.
it doesn't actually do a whole lot. Like, he might want to just keep ticking him up. All right, we see a Hellrider come down, and I believe it. So trigger goes on the stack,
No,
and
yeah.
before it happens,
No,
he's
I
going to
think
trigger.
he's going to let it resolve, because if he lets it resolve, he can kill both of them.
Well, the trigger's on the stack. It's going to resolve, right?
Is it a May effect?
Don't know. I want to double check before we say.
Yeah. I mean, either way, he did go ahead and he is going to double tribute.
It is a May.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Tribute and then Tragic Slip.
is that what it was?
Yeah, he let it resolve, tributed, and then he sacrificed it.
Okay.
Which gave him,
So let's see if it keeps ticking up Liliana. It seems actually just better for him.
yeah, why not?
I mean, he does need to get a threat though.
Yeah, but
Like, he's in a position. Yeah, he is just going to go ahead and put it up to 7 here.
yeah, I mean,
And so he's completely emptied Noel's hand and left him at 2 life.
I mean, he doesn't have anything right now that includes removal. Like Liliana is his source of removal right now too. So getting her as many counters as possible is.
There's
Really
another
what he wants.
Liliana in his hand as well.
Oh, then you can see. I'm pretty sure that was Rashad's hand model-esque hands there. That.
What did somebody just move the?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like he did go ahead and just ultimate Liliana. Now this is interesting. I don't think this comes up in real life as much, but what actually just happened was wrong. So the player chooses the pile, and they sacrifice the pile that they choose. Now he chose that pile, but he was saying, "I want to keep this pile."
Yeah.
So in real life, it plays out no problem because it's pretty easy to say what your intent is.
Yeah.
But if you play on Magic Online, just word to the wise, the pile you pick is going in your graveyard.
Seen that happen?
Yeah, firsthand,
Yeah.
by me. But I also played Liliana in Standard for a long time, and a lot of people did it against me.
She's so good.
She is. I'm a big fan of the card.
3-mana planeswalkers are really strong.
They are, and it looks like we're going to see a Tribute to Hunger, because this is actually a reasonable board state for Noel here.
Yeah, I'm actually
But-
really surprised that he ultimated there. Like, putting Noel down on lands doesn't really hurt him all that much when he has that many, and he's not going to ever choose to lose his Noble. I don't know why he didn't just -2 Liliana and make him sacrifice a creature.
I think I would have preferred that line myself. I think we're going to see another Liliana come down and do just that here, but...
I mean, that might be
Oh, no,
why.
no, we're going to Tragic Slip, and then we're going to Liliana. right, so Liliana comes down, put her up to 4. Nobody has any cards.
Free
Hellrider? Oh, not a Hellrider. All right, he didn't even bother untapping because he just drew anyway. So now we just edict him, right?
Yeah.
So let's see if Brian can draw a threat. He kind of can. Yeah, that counts. Liliana should be at 2.
Yes.
Does it look like she's at 1 to you?
No, I think she's at 2. Pips or diagonal like that.
Okay, cool. All right, and Noel has had enough. He's going to scoop it up.
And Ryan Bogner in his effectively mono-black control deck takes it against Noel Cerda's mono-red deck, seemingly on a virtue of I don't want to call it a poor keep, but it was certainly a slow draw from him. Nothing to play until turn 3.
Poor keep might be adequate here. I mean, we're talking about a deck that is running 11 1-drops, and they seem like very, very key to the strategy, and he didn't have a play until turn 3, and it let Ryan set up for a situation where, even though, honestly, Ryan kind of stalled out, like, he didn't have really a whole lot of action for a big stretch of that game. He was never in doubt. Like, he had removal in his hand for anything that Noel could have done, because Noel just wasn't putting enough pressure on him.
I wonder if Noel's rationale for keeping that hand was the large amount of removal he has, and having seen a field full of Jund yesterday, like knowing that he's got mana critters to fry and ways to fry them in his hand, it's possible that blindly against his opponent's deck, he assumed that was a hand that would be reasonable, and unfortunately with his opponent playing a control deck, it was not a good spot for him.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're dealing, you and I have access, and, you know, all of our viewers have access to information that Noel does not.
Yeah.
And we can look at his keep and say, I don't think I would have kept that hand, but we know what he's playing against, right? You want the fastest, most aggressive draw possible. He doesn't know that, so you're right. He could have easily had a plan for assuming, you know, that the deck he was facing was something that he had faced already, and I'm assuming he hasn't faced this deck yet. This matchup, it seems very poor for Noel. I mean, have you seen the removal suite that he's facing down here? 4 Tragic Slip, 2 Deadweight, a Victim of Night, 3 Tribute to Hunger, 4 Sever the Bloodline, 4 Barter in Blood, 4 Liliana of the Veil. What I just read you was those were in a row. Those are the first however many slots of the deck list that he's facing down right now. I mean, those, I didn't pick out the removal. Those are just the deck list slots. I mean, this deck is a deck that if you're going to try to play creatures against this thing, you are going to lose.
Yeah, it gets worse after sideboarding too, because he has another Victim of Night, which is really cheap and very effective against this red deck.
It kills the dragon, it kills the Juggernaut.
3 copies of Divine Deflection.
Oh, wow.
Pretty
That's
solid.
Brutal against Noel as well.
Yeah, and I mean, all Noel's really got to bring in, he's got 3 Thunderbolts, which are coming in purely to be shots at your opponent's head.
And in this case, probably your opponent's Planeswalkers.
Yeah. Do you think he brings in the Zealous Conscripts? I mean,
yes.
It's a haste creature. It hits Planeswalkers, which we've already learned is very important.
Yeah, especially, I think it would be quite good against Liliana, where you can steal her, minus her, make your opponent sack a creature. It also brings her down to a precarious loyalty counter total, so that when you do, if you do have to send her back, she can maybe just go up 1 and then die the next turn.
How awesome is when your opponent ticks Sorin up to 4, stealing Sorin and making an emblem.
Yeah, or 6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, sorry, whatever it is.
Yeah, and then that would be absolutely a complete blowout. Yeah. Although I wonder if Ryan has a lot of targets.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, he's got.
You could take other Planeswalkers.
I mean, Bloodgift Demon is a 5-power attacker as well. Like, I mean,
Bloodgift Demon ends the game very quickly in the air. You know, I think that it's easy to focus on the cool ability that it has to kind of give you a little Howling Mine effect.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it's also 5 power in the air that just beats down.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Demonic Taskmaster is another one of those massive monsters that, like, giving him haste, he's basically unblockable. So,
you know, I really like Ryan's deck the more than I think about it. Can you think of a bad matchup for this deck? Maybe like Chapin's deck.
The Miracles deck.
Yeah, the Miracles deck could be bad. But I mean, even then, I think Liliana's very good against that.
But he has so many dead cards game 1. Like, all of those cards that you read off are completely dead in that matchup.
So he needs Liliana, basically.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, like like Liliana's good against that deck. Soren is good against that deck. Bloodline Keeper is good against that deck. Those are the big ones. It's just unfortunately he has so many dead cards. It's probably not a like. Yeah, that's really probably it. Is the Miracles deck, because like against the Spirits deck, he's got a lot of non-targeted sacrifice effects, which are just wonderful in that matchup.
So good.
Yeah, it should be good against Jund as well, because the sacrifice effects get around the ability to make the aristocrats indestructible. Plus, Tragic Slip is just wonderful in that matchup.
Yeah, what a sweet card in that matchup. I wonder if Noel's going to take out his fear of the Bittens. Like, you want to keep the pedal to the metal, but with as much removal as Ryan has, it's just going to be a 2-for-1 like every single time.
Yeah. Now you probably pull that out, and man, what do you bring in? What else do you pull out? I should say.
I like the Tomb. I still like the Juggernaut. I love Hellrider. Okay, we have action here.
Do it.
So no 1-drop for Noel again, but it looks like he drew one, and it's going to get Tragic Slipped right away.
Well, he's got an Archwind Dragon in his hand this game.
Okay, but we also have Ryan with double swamp, so he's representing a victim of night potentially, and we see the Angel's Tomb come down.
This is going to be a fun little turn for Noel, potentially.
Hit for 7.
Yeah.
And any Barter and Bloods that are in Ryan's hand are useless.
Yep. And his dragon has protection. Well, I guess it doesn't have protection because you can always instant speed tribute it.
That's right.
Well,
a Demonic Taskmaster comes out. Do you think he'll be willing just to trade that off? It trades for either of these creatures.
Certainly.
Yeah. All right, Archwing Dragon. Are you going to activate the Tomb? He's not. Why wouldn't you attack with both?
I can't think of a single reason.
Okay.
He has 4 mana and a Sorin in hand, it looked like, but he chose not to play it.
Is that a Reckless Wave?
Yes, it is.
Oh, a Restoration Angel comes down. It doesn't blink anything, but it just eats the Angel's Tomb.
Yeah, it's only a 3/4 flying flash creature.
Yeah. So unimpressive.
I know.
Man, that is brutal.
Oh, man.
Right into Liliana to go minus, and he's just going to get on the beatdown plan. I don't know if I'd attack. I mean, I guess I probably would, but like...
You know your opponent's got hasty mans.
Yeah, even then, though, Hellrider kills Liliana anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just get in there. Play a 1-drop, which is another Reckless Wave. And are we going to see the Hammer Lancer come down as well? No?
I might have played it, knowing that you're probably not going to... Like, your opponent's going to cast something.
Is it his only card in his hand?
Oh, maybe. If that's the case, then he definitely needed to play it.
Right, because he's just going to have it discarded anyway.
Oh, my.
What's going on here? Now as Soren comes down, jeez. This is getting a little bloody here.
Yeah, this is going very downhill for Noel. This did not look like a particularly strong matchup.
And he makes him
already.
discard his 3-drop that he just decided to keep in his hand. Yeah, it feels like Ryan's in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, another 1-drop. Any attacks?
I'm going to assume the answer to that is no.
Yeah, he doesn't want to trade for just random vampire, but if he waits a turn, try to transform those guys, and 2 vampires will trade because there's going to be another one on the table.
Right.
You have no cards in
So this is an interesting spot for Ryan. He's got to decide if he wants to tick up Liliana.
Yes.
Noel has no cards in hand. You see him kind of shake his fingers. I'm pretty sure that was Ryan saying, hey, do you got any cards in your hand? He says, nope.
Yep.
So if you want to make yourself discard a card, feel free, my friend. And he does.
Yeah.
He just has an extra swamp, so he's just going to pitch it. That's a pretty easy decision.
Yeah, it's a rare that you find yourself in a situation when
you
don't
use
do
Liliana.
that. Yeah. Even if your opponent's got no cards in hand.
Yeah. The other option is just to minus her and just take out one of the guys. What just happened there?
He had a zombie token in play, it looked like, and You needed to make it a vampire token.
Oh, gotcha. So now it's a Magic Online ad,
Yes,
which blocks and attacks very well.
it does.
All right, so there was no actual spell cast that turn, even though we had two Planeswalker activations which act like spells. They're not.
Nope.
And we're going to see two attacks. Now, where are they going?
This is such a tough decision. Send him both to Liliana.
I mean, Ryan,
Oh, he's got a rules question now.
looks like we have maybe an Oracle text or a rules question or something.
What could we be asking about?
What is that in his hand? Oh, it's just his card he has in his hand?
Yeah.
These are often interesting spots because the judge, isn't allowed to help a player in any way. So the judge can't try to infer what Ryan's asking. He can only answer direct questions about the rules.
He's probably asking about Divine Deflection reflecting back from the Planeswalker.
Oh, is that what he has in his hand?
Maybe. It's the only reasonable question I can think of.
So he's got an opportunity to oh, is one going towards Sorin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so one is attacking Sorin. It looks like he's going to double block the one on Sorin. And I think we are going to see a very big Divine Deflection. So he's going to prevent. See, the thing is that it actually prevents the damage from both.
Yeah.
It just prevents it all. It's the next time damage would be dealt to you or permanents you control.
Yeah.
So it's not going to do anything. He gets to keep his tokens.
Such a beating.
So the reading on Divine Deflection is prevent the next X damage that we've dealt to you and or permanents you control this turn. So the next X was combat damage from the combat step this time. It says, if damage is prevented this way, which it was, there were 6 prevented this way, or I don't know, I think he had the full 6. Divine Deflection deals that much damage to target creature or player. So when you cast...
He only had 5, so...
But so he can prevent...
Yeah, he would still lose one of his vampires, it looks like.
You're not selecting a permit to prevent from.
So the judge is explaining it to Ryan
Oh,
because that card is
6/5
still
of which
particularly tough.
any
to
permanent.
substitute.
Oh, that's
but
even
once
better.
you do,
So
it's just you realize that it's
I'll
just as good as you
3/1
hoped it ever was. The card is very, very good. So now what happens when you cast it is you have to target something.
Yeah.
So when you cast it, you make one target. It can be your opponent, it can be a creature. And all the damage that gets prevented gets redirected to that. So I think we're deciding what he had targeted when he cast it.
Like whether he's what he's targeting, which creature, like whether he loses a loyalty counter or loses a creature is the other thing as well. Based on is that based on your opponent's ordering for?
No, he gets to decide how that prevention is distributed.
Wow.
Yeah, like if you have 3 2/2s and they attack with 3 2/2s and you Divine Deflection for 3, you can say prevent one from this, prevent one from this, prevent one from this. None of my guys die, all of your guys die, and I do 3 to that.
That is insane.
Yes, it is nuts. That card does so many really, like I said, you read the card and you're like, this can't do what I think it does. And then you read it again and it's like, actually wait. And then you read it a third time and you're like, yes, this does what I want it to do.
That's pretty absurd. I just got a message from Nick Fong telling us that our other feature match right now, featuring Paul Reitzel, Paul won his match 2-0, making him one of the last 2 undefeated in the tournament, so we'll definitely see him on video next round.
All right, so Paul's making a run. We saw him win on a mulligan to 4.
Now, if there's any player that knows how to play Boros in the entire world right now, he's like the ultimate on my list.
He is. All right, so everything on taps. And again, we have Ryan firmly in the driver's seat here.
And it looks like both of his creatures survived, and he lost a counter from...
We just made an emblem with Sorin.
Yeah.
So that's 4, 5, 6. So he's attacking for 8 here.
Wow.
Yeah. So, again, Ryan has recognized that the tides have turned in his favor very strongly. I mean, he's been in firm control of this game from the get-go, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's decided that this is the time to bring the hammer down. He's just going to make an emblem with Sorin and just attack for 8. He's going to bring Null to 3 and probably just end the game right
That's
here.
the concession, yep. Looks like Brian Bogner is going to win and take the game, take the match.
Wow.
So
What a beating. That deck just had answers for everything. It's like,
Yeah.
I felt kind of like Noel couldn't keep a threat on the table no matter